what's the work you've been doing with Glazer and with Jay Glazer, our buddy?
Yeah.
The MVP program, and what have you been up to?
This is a good story, and I don't know if Jay probably likes this version of it, but it was really Nate Boyer. You know, Nate Boyer is the co-founder of MVP with Jay, because Nate was dealing with a lot of his transition, but a lot of his buddies in the military, and Jay was dealing with a lot of his buddies who were retiring from the NFL. And they were noticing something. There was a correlation between the transition and how...
To civilian life, if you will, certainly for the NFL, right?
Right. The idea of both combat veterans and former players think we'll never do anything as important again. We don't. And we need to find a purpose or repurpose. And he brought us together is what happened. So I was watching what Nate was doing with Colin Kaepernick, and I really thought that was open-minded and forward-thinking, and I wanted to know more. So I reached out to him via Twitter, and he, sure enough, reached back out. We went and had breakfast, and he says, I'm part of this program. Would love for you to come in and be a part of it, maybe speak to the veterans. And I remember he walked in and talked to Jay. He's like, I had breakfast with Ryan Leaf this morning. I want him to come in, and Jay's like, oh, no, don't bring him in here. Jay and I haven't seen each other for years and years and years. This is just a caricature of me, right? When you said my name, 4 years ago, that would have probably been most people's answer.
Sure.
No, keep that guy away from us as far away as this.
Bad news.
And Nate looked at him and said, Jay, you don't get to decide who we save. And
I'm sure that hit Jay right in the gut.
It did.
In the heart.
Then I showed up, and I just do what I do now, and I just speak honestly, and I looked every one of those veterans in the eyes and told them, I'm just like you. I'm just a flawed human being trying to be better that happened to do something what people thought was important at one time. And Jay was, dumbfounded by it. And since that moment, Jay has been probably the biggest supporter of mine when it comes to my health, but also my career. He knew what I wanted to do. This is what I went to college for, but the last place I wanted to be was in a newsroom after I retired. I mean, the media and I were like oil and water, right?
Sure.
So that's the last place I wanted to be, and what he's been able to accomplish for me because of a program he started and what I've been able to do vice versa to help vets and the vets to help me. So it's been pretty phenomenal.
I love that guy. Glazer's just got a huge heart.
Huge heart.
But you understand why he had that reaction when he first heard your name, right?
And it doesn't surprise me when somebody has that reaction. Even now, after what we've been doing for the last 3 years since I've got out of prison, it still doesn't surprise me. And it may be warranted, and I don't take it personally. I don't, because, I believed it for so long. When people such as in your ilk would talk about me, I started to believe it and go, that's who I am. I'm just going to disappear and go away. And we need people like Nate Boyer to grab you up and say, you know what, we don't get to decide who we save. We just do it. We be part of the solution.
Yeah, the MVP program is it's awesome what they're doing up there with Unbreakable. I got to meet a couple of the vets who are behind that program.
You met AJ in Denver, and those two.
I did.
Yeah,
they're great. They're just it's great what he's doing, and I'm thrilled at what's going on in your life these days.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.